Question 6, Robin Harper.
Presiding Officer, to ask the Scottish Executive whether it considers that an increase in opencast coal mining is compatible with its stated climate change targets and objectives.
Stewart Stevenson.
Coal will continue to form an important part of the energy mix in Scotland for some years. However, it must go hand in hand with the development of clean coal technology. Such technologies, including carbon capture and storage, have the potential to both transform the way we generate power and also reduce emissions significantly. Planning policies are in place to ensure opencast coal mining sites are only approved if they are environmentally acceptable or provide local benefits such as jobs or land improvements, which clearly outweigh the impacts. It is right that the main responsibility for decisions on opencast mines lie with local authorities, who are best placed to consider all the issues, whether environmental or economic.
Robin Harper.
Presiding Officer, the Minister has already conceded that last month's sweeping new planning circular leaves almost all planning applications for opencast coal sites in the hands of local councils with huge vested interests, while ministers wash their hands entirely of responsibility. Since this administration came to power, at least 10 new sites have been approved, amounting to around 8 million tonnes of coal. These scars on Scotland's landscape are the dirty face of so-called clean coal, and they are the price Scotland's communities pay when you support new coal plants, whether notionally carbon capture ready or not.
Mr. Harper.
Given the Scottish Government's commitment to reduce carbon emissions by 80% by 2050, can the Minister tell me in what year he expects the last opencast site will be approved?
Minister.
Presiding Officer, I will courteously disagree with the member in relation to the responsibilities of local councils. I believe, as the Government does, that those who represent local communities and are connected closely to their concerns are very well placed to make the appropriate planning decisions. The issue of coal remaining part of the energy mix in Scotland is, of course, an important one. But moving forward with carbon capture and storage, of course, mitigates the effects of the combustion of coal. It is a technology where we could have the opportunity to lead the world. It is a technology that will form an important part of the interim phase of power generation for years to come before we go to wholly renewable green energy.
Ian Campbell.
Thank you. The Minister will be aware of the serious local concern in the Douglas area of South Lanarkshire at the prospect of a new opencast quarry at Means Hill. Can the Minister confirm that the Scottish Government's decision not to call in this proposal means that the final decision on whether or not to proceed rests with South Lanarkshire Council and not with Scottish ministers?
Minister.
It is indeed the case that planning decisions are generally being left to local councils where that is the appropriate thing to do. In the case of the issue that the member raises, that is a matter which lies with South Lanarkshire Council, and I hope that they will give it the consideration that it merits and come to an appropriate decision that reflects local needs and interests.